Treehouse has a stream, right? What did they legit show? Did they show Mario Kart? They showed DK. They showed more DK. $90 physical games. I'm shocked. They delisted the Donkey Kong stream VOD, or is it up still?
Going on a little road trip.
Yeah.
Oh, chat. The C button costs money. That only works for like the first year. And then after the first year, it costs money. So if you want to use that chat thing, you'll have to pay for like Discord, Nintendo Nitro or some shit. No kidding. You're going to press a button on the controller. If you press the A button, it does an A button thing. The B button, a B button thing. The X, the Y, the L and R, the up and down, the start button. You press those according buttons and they do things, right? The system responds. In the future, when you press the C button, the new C button on a Nintendo Switch 2 controller in 2026, it's going to prompt you, hey, your subscription to whatever has expired or something like that, right? Your membership, your NSO membership has expired. Hey, that's only like $20 a year or something, 15, 20 bucks a year. You better, that's worth it, right? That's worth it. So if you do not have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, you will be asked to put in a credit card information when you press a C button on a controller. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe you don't absolutely, and it literally is this bullshit. It quite literally is this dumb shit. It's the equivalent of this motherfucker, dude. It's this shit all over again. The Netflix button on your... People spend lower price for 4 hours nonstop. Good. I mean, to be honest, good. Because that's pretty clear.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, they are also streaming the $80 to $90 game.
Mario Kart is like a mathematical formula.
People were spamming drop the price, which caused people to counter spam raise the price. Yeah, raise the pricers. Raise the price. It looks slower and floaty, dude. It's probably lower CC, right? Did they fire up the max CC? It was 100. Was 100 the max?
Detail. You could see how Mario's hat gets wet in the rain.
Oh yeah.
It's
Look
so
at
cool.
The course is getting completely.
It's the middle, yeah.
It's changing.
The weather changing mid-course is kind of sick. What happens after this? Is this part of the open world thing where it transitions into the next big element?
All right, next race.
All right, so we'll get on to the next race. And as you can see here, yeah, it's drawing our path to Crown City, and that's because
Loads quick.
Well, look, we're starting the next course, but we're still here at Mario Brothers Circuit. And that's because we're not just going to automatically be transported to Crown City. We're going to drive there. These courses
That's
are
a little
connected
dirty,
in a world.
right?
Oh, don't miss your boost.
Oh, no, I was too busy talking.
So
it
it goes back to the menu and then comes back because the race has to end for the other players technically, right?
Poor Goomba.
Yeah, I would think if it was offline mode, it'd be cooler if it just naturally transitioned directly into the next race, you know, and just sort of like placed all the players.
People you want to drive around.
Yeah, it does its best to like sync it up so that when you go online, it uses the exact same loading process of like, wait till everybody's done, next game loads, then go. If the online is legit good and it has like super fun 20 plus player, 24 player online modes, this shit's gonna do very well. A crazy reminder, chat, when this shit initially came out on the Wii U,
Nice try.
I was addicted, man. Mario Kart 8 was so good. The first few weeks of MK8 on the Wii U was magical. I was just playing into like the wee hours of the morning for like a week straight, dude. I was legit addicted. Here's the nice part, chat, is that we can be realistic. We can be mad that this shit is way too expensive. And everything else is potentially way too expensive. We can also acknowledge it looks really good. In the same way, I think that'll also cause more turmoil, because if it does look really good, and it is expensive, people will be even more mad that they can't afford it. A lot of people will try to come up with reasons that, oh, actually it sucks because of this, but in reality it really sucks because it's so expensive and I can't friggin' buy it, dude. Which I remember being in that situation when I was a kid. I remember trying to justify. Actually, the Super Nintendo sucks. When I had a Genesis, and then it got Mega Man X. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, we've got some
bro.
time. Good.
God damn it. But my Genesis, though. But my Genesis. Blame the current administration. My dude, the current administration and what is happening to it has had no effect on this industry yet. That has not happened yet. If you think this is bad, this is just Nintendo being Nintendo. My dude, that has not happened yet.
Okay.
You got this.
Sorry.
So,
now the heart's pounding.
just you wait.
No pressure.
This is just them operating the way they always have.
It'll help.
Nothing has really changed. It's just a little bit more expensive than before. That's normal. What is happening, dude?
There we go. Oh!
What was that shit?
Can't go flying.
I don't know what happened.
He went
I
there
don't
with
know.
some other.
I don't know, but I like it.
Whatever happened, it was serendipitous.
Yeah, it looked great.
That was weird.
Go.
Yes.
Yeah, these courses look great.
In style.
They look really dynamic. They're built to like play them a variety of different ways. I kind of love it.
First.
I kind of love it that you can just like tackle things, and granted, the main line of the game is going to be much better, right?
Every time.
Yeah, it opens
The main,
up
like,
so
you
many
follow the
possibilities.
best line of attack, and it's probably going to be much faster. But
I know,
Mario
I
Kart's about like dodging shit. I think it's kind of awesome that if you know something's coming for you, that holy shit, dude, you can like jump off the wall, rail grind, and try to get the shit out of the way. I don't think a blue shell is going to do anything.
Got this perfect.
You know, I don't think you're gonna be able to get out of the way of a blue shell. But still, Reggie had the same approach that Sega did with Sega USA did with the Genesis. The only reason you got a pack-in game with the Genesis was because of Sega USA. Japan did not want to offer anything for free. And the only reason the Genesis blew up was because of that you got like a game with it. So Reggie did that with the Wii. And they made the game that was going to be like $40 free. And Reggie said, we'll eat the cost by doing all this other shit, right? We'll literally eat the cost by absorbing it in all these other ways and shit, you know? And it's pretty much because of him the Wii blew up. And it's also, funny enough, because of like companies like Sega USA at the time back in the 90s. They're the reason why the Genesis blew up. Genesis was huge. I like this course.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, they just unleashed those. They were pretty determined.
Oh, this is what this is made for. All the basic bitches will be down below, right?
Every red shell.
All the basic bitches will be down there. All the Omega brains are gonna be jumping left and right, playing Ninja Gaiden up here. Those are some big ass barrels, my dude.
Come on,
Get the coin at least. Oh, no.
Oh, that barrel took a turn. Okay.
This is a really cool course.
Behind you? Okay, he's behind you.
Okay.
Okay, you're back in
this.
The digital Donkey Kong, or the Robo Kong.
Oh my goodness.
Well
Yes.
done.
Okay.
Well done.
Good.
You think it's worth the money because most Nintendo games are very well made?
Well
My
done,
dude,
well done.
Now
exactly.
we're heading
Like, you just
off.
proven my point. And I'm not saying what you feel is wrong. No. Like, that is a thing that has existed, especially people that are big Nintendo fans. That is the idea. That is the reason why they're able to charge so much for quote-unquote Nintendo quality.
All right. So one of the new components.
That's like literally what we were talking about earlier. Like, you make the connection in your head why it's worth it.
So would you?
So what the hell is Bob Ross and J.M. Crofts doing on this show? What is happening, dude? How did J.M. Crofts get this job? And did they resurrect Bob Ross? This game needs like an SSX tricks mode. Oh my God, look at the Yoshi chilling, working the night shift. Look at the blue Yoshi working the night shift, his minimum wage. Holy shit.
And specifically, that is that bottom bar.
Yep. Yeah, that shows all that additional stuff. We're going to take that off and play and jump right into this. So
Oh,
now I
dude, this
have
is so
a
much higher
save
resolution.
That I'm going to go ahead and boot up just to kind of get a little bit further.
Now that we're at like on a 4K stream and shit. Oh my God, this is mega up-res. Whatever emulator solution they're doing, they probably just stole Dolphin. They probably just stole the Dolphin Core, dude. Like, let's be real. And they can't do shit about it. This happens all the time, chat. This is a notorious long-running thing where, like, the devs, the big publishers will release like an old game, and you know, the guts of the game is found out, oh, it's just an emulator. It's just an emulator that's been around for a long time. And they're just using their work, but they don't credit them in any way. That has happened several times on many different games over the years.
I'm gonna go into options because this is around that era when you could go into
No way.
and do
And it just so you know what's cool about that? When you do that on like an upscaler with your old ass GameCube, you know what you have to do? You have to reconfigure your upscale because it'll be too thin or it'll be too squished or all that kind of shit. You literally have to like you have to change the way your output works because your output is setting it to either a 4:3 or an actual widescreen, you know? The fact that this just does it, oh, that's so nice. Soulcalibur! Soulcalibur also has widescreen. Oh God, hell yeah, dude! Is everything just unlocked?
My memory of this game is unforgiving.
Dude, is everything just unlocked? That's great, dude. That means we don't have to unlock characters in Soulcalibur 2. It's a pain in the ass. I wonder, man. I really wonder if Soulcalibur 2 is fully unlocked as well. I hope so. Chad, this looks even better in person because this will be heavily mitigated by bitrate. This will look even better in person. This is glorious, dude.
Sorry if I'm talking very little sad.
And the only downside is that it doesn't have actual true multiplayer. It has like the split screen 4-player multiplayer.
Yeah, go for it.
So it doesn't have arcade multiplayer, you know?
I don't know how you
can still do 4-player like split screen, but you're still going to be going from a little screen.
Really challenging on the, like you can see I'm trying to boost.
This looks 60 FPS. It absolutely is, dude. This is a Sega racing game.
everywhere.
Sega racing games are the highest like pedigree. Phantasy Star Online would blow my mind.
I really did. I was doing
Bro,
great
if
and then
PSO came out on NSO,
Yeah, this
that
game
would
also
do
brings
it.
back memories of some pretty
I'd be happy. It would have the shitty drop rates. It would have the absolute crappy ass GameCube drop rates, but
20 seconds.
that would make me very happy.
I believe it myself, I think.
Be Captain Falcon.
There we go.
But that can't happen. You know why? It requires servers.
I see my
PSO
rival.
requires a server. None of these games require servers, dude. They use their own little multiplayer network and they just connect you with each other. PSO would not be able to happen because of the server requirement. Chad, for any of you guys that don't know, this is one of the greatest fighting games of all time. This is the best Soulcalibur game. This is the epitome of early 2000s 3D fighting games. Like, this was legit peak. I might give Soulcalibur 1 a bit more credit every once in a while because it like established everything and it's still really fun, but like 2 is
Yeah, I'm gonna
so
go ahead and
crazy.
do that too.
Oh,
Just to
yes.
So if games originally had that option, you'll be able to turn on the widescreen.
You have to play Link.
Okay. Let's see here.
Is everybody unlocked?
Let's go to versus battle.
Is there they are. Yeah, they had no arcade mode. There we go. Assassins in there. This makes me so up, dude. Soulcalibur came back. Like, Harada had to approve this, you know? The higher ups at Bandai Namco had to approve this. This was a huge gift sub bet, my dude. Like, this was like we just came across an idea that like, hey, maybe we'll get GameCube games on NSO with a Switch too, because the system will have the power to do it. Maybe, just maybe. And I was like, dude, if that happens, then maybe they could finally release Soulcalibur 2 from the GameCube, the game that's been locked to that system. It wasn't in the it was not in the HD collection that was released back in like the mid 2010s that just had Heihachi and Spawn, and it was always like a huge disservice. Like, wait a minute, where's the Wii U version? We need the GameCube version, man. What the hell's going on? Donkey Kong Bonanza. This is
Hey everybody, welcome.
probably, hi JM Crops. This is the #1 game I'm looking forward to on this system. I might end up doing a full playthrough of this, and it also might result in me revisiting Donkey Kong Country again for the first time in like 12, 13 years. Why is he so disheveled?
Which was an Ingot Isle.
Wait a minute, I want to see his face.
Later on, in the lagoon layer.
Yes.
A lagoon layer. So we are underground, farther than we were before. It's beautiful down here.
Why does he look so derpy? He
One thing
is.
I want to talk about early.
A big gorilla who loves bananas.
Earlier segment, if you missed it, but there's all these hidden pockets everywhere in all the different layers and levels of this game.
Right.
Including
Who's
this one.
doing
So
the
we're gonna
music?
look at Now, like we can actually just go ahead and punch our way down here.
Yes, we
And
really
away
want
we
to.
go.
We really want to stress how important it is and how fun it is to just dig tunnels wherever you can, because you never know what is waiting
Ooh, yeah.
for
Speaking
you.
of,
Perfect. You
Little
found
pocket right
something.
here.
Yeah.
There we go.
break through the floor here.
There we go.
All right.
Waiting behind door number 1.
A banana.
Oh, banana.
That's 4 bananas in a row. If you want to play along,
Red
at home,
Faction
make sure you get,
Gorilla,
one full
good call,
banana for
YouTube
every
chat.
banana.
Well, we're off to a good start.
Legit,
because
Red
our
Faction
objective in the
Gorilla.
top 20
Nintendo EAD game? Yeah, I think it is. That's why I'm curious about the music, because
Really helpful. Did you punch up?
the music is so directly connected to
Look at that.
Rare.
So good.
I'm very curious
I think
who's
that
doing
one
the
could last
music.
you the entire level if you wanted.
Here's the-
I
okay,
would
so
love
since
it if it
we'll
was
be
the same
we need a
folks,
giant chunk of
like
stone.
Grant Kirkhope and
This
stuff,
concrete
did the
slab
music
here,
on
is actually
Tropical
too tough
Freeze.
for DK to punch
David
right
Wise
through
is
on
back?
his own. So I'll need to pick up this
It's
chunk of
not
stone.
David
You can see
Wise.
how this
Okay, well,
material
I'm
interacts
curious.
with each other.
How's Simmons feeling about this? I'd imagine Simmons is losing his goddamn mind.
Let me say
I would
hello.
imagine. I haven't heard his reactions to this, but I'm making an assumption that if he's seen this or talked about it, he probably absolutely loves this shit.
Only the outsiders.
Don't be scared, Hot Rock.
He's super happy. I mean, I can tell. I know what Simmons likes in games, dude.
That might be a
He likes
generalization.
platforming and gorillas and, you know, bananas and sex, so he's going to be super happy with this shit.
You know what? Since we have
Blow
Rock
it up.
convinced,
Let's
I
do it
want
in
to
style.
knock a little harder.
Oh, dude, the craters are really
Something
cool.
else back there?
Yeah, quick hand
Yeah.
slap to pick up those.
Yeah, we see an opening. Go down there.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
the tech
Right,
terrain
yeah,
and
the whole
shit
banana
is
boat, play
really
along.
cool.
Please don't.
Banana 3.
I dig the Donkey
good.
Kong
Oh, one thing
redesign.
you
Well,
went
I
to
mean, I think what I
DK,
dig is just how animated he is. Like, it's it's the highest, like, effort Donkey Kong since his Kevin Bayless redesign, right?
Yeah, so we can punch her. Ooh!
Oh, oh, nice.
Oh.
Thought you could get the upper hand on me, huh?
And I get why they would want to redesign him, is because they're going for something
I'm gonna go
different.
back and grab one more
They're not
chunk.
going for the
Yeah,
traditional
it looks
2D
like
Donkey Kong
something
that
music,
Rare
yeah.
sort of established, right? They're going
There
for
we
something different.
All
Kevin
looks like
Bayless
nothing
said
left.
he was actually designed by an artist of this time. Hey, I will not have self-depreciating humor
actually,
coming
that's
from
something.
Kevin Bayless, who was
If I take a minute here and I
responsible
go to
for the
map
majority of
screen,
our childhoods, okay?
You can actually see all the
Like,
destruction
Kevin
we're
Bayless,
causing is
I
reflected
hope you
in
hear
real
this.
time in
You're
the map.
pretty much directly
I think
responsible
it's
for the
coolest way to
majority
keep track
of
just
our
how much you're smashing
actual
brick into the
childhoods by
wall.
creating all of the
Even
rare
that door on that
characters and
after, you can
shit.
see through
Made all the
that
KI
where we
characters,
were.
made
It's
Diddy
fully 3D
and
maps, keeping
Donkey
track of
Kong
what
on
you're doing. I
SNES and
think that's
shit.
such a cool touch.
It really is.
Designed the majority of games that all of us grew up with, so I will not have him
One way to make
talking
it
shit
a
about his own
world,
style.
Right?
Hand slap again is a quick way to get a sense of what's hiding in the terrain around you.
Let's get through that wall.
You can see
He's
there's a
got-
concrete,
he's
doorway
got
there that I
punching
can punch through
sonar?
with, boom rock. I could blow that up if I wanted.
He's got gorilla-based sonar? Wow.
You are
I.
missing the gold fountain
This is
way,
pretty
though, I
cool.
have to point
This
out.
this already was the sickest looking game of the entire show,
But
technically,
got my
from a
snack
technical
bag,
level.
so-
Yes.
It was like, whoa.
Less effort.
I'm into Bloodborne shit, of course, but like, we don't know what that game really is going to
okay, yeah,
be.
let's do some
It was
more,
pretty clear what Donkey Kong was going to be just based on that trailer, and it was very impressive.
See, I just dug my
Oh,
way through that entire
Jesus,
wall
you
over
just
there.
made me realize.
Actually, let me get higher
I
up
was
here.
under the complete impression that this was a launch title.
Come up here. Kind of see what's awaiting. Actually,
Yeah.
I want to go to that hill over there.
I just realized this is 2 months later.
See what awaits us over in this
Damn
area.
it, man.
So much.
It's 1 month.
Yeah, there's
It's
so
about a
much
month
more hiding
later.
over here up just on the top.
Damn it, dude. That's a
Layer.
bummer. It's not that long, but
Oh, I
it's
think I see somebody.
All right.
We're
so now
visiting
we
over
have
there.
something
it's
new.
kind of a
Yeah.
bummer.
Yeah,
This would be a lot of bananas. if we
Dude,
didn't know
his
what to say.
facial expression around the banana
Are you a
is
DK fan or you a DK?
clearly movie expired, right?
Enjoy.
Like
Getting our
many
capacity
things of the
takes
way
way
Donkey
down.
Kong's facial expressions are lining up are
One of
no
the things
shit
you can
1 to
actually,
1 with the
look and
movie.
See, since we are technically under the ocean, you can see that all the ground is lit up by the ocean above us with that cool little wavy texture. there.
Yeah, it is really cool.
This is a gorgeous game.
It really is.
Is.
Yeah, like I said, so much loving detail put in every corner of it. Speaking of every corner of it, I go down this pipe, I can find yet another banana.
All right. Is that number 5?
I
I'm not
lost
counting.
Banana. Oh, banana.
Fair, fair.
Yeah, so that's another quick little example of just how hidden some of these bananas are. You
Yeah,
really
I'll
gotta
be
explore
honest,
them
dude.
and
Everything I've seen so
games.
far
It's not
that,
gonna
you
make
know, is
bigger
relevant to
trigger.
my interests, the GameCube stuff, Soul
Beautiful.
Calibur,
Pretty satisfying.
Donkey Kong,
Yeah, you know
Mario
what,
Kart, all
I'd
looks very
probably
good.
head back where we
Looks
came
really
from.
good.
Yeah, there we go.
So is Bloodborne actually dead, dude? All signs point to yes.
You brought so many friends to the party.
You thought they were going to listen to you? That
I mean,
was
at this point, all signs point to yes. Miyazaki literally had to go to Nintendo to make another Bloodborne conceptual game.
Oh, hello.
I love it.
The only reason that happened is because
Hands of Wigging Rock.
he,
Dental work.
Jim Ryan wouldn't let them do another first-party game that wasn't like,
Oh no, sorry.
Bloodborne's not that successful. Imagine how much more successful it could be. Jim Ryan horse shit.
Strange portal here. Can't seem to punch through it, but
Like,
just as we,
I could just see that happening.
In that earlier segment,
There's
by
no
making
reason
music with the
why
help of Odd Rock,
FromSoft would
Unlock
work
that ceiling
directly with
head
Nintendo,
into this first
bypassing Bandai
challenge
Namco
course.
and all that stuff directly. The only other
is the really cool
company
part.
This is
that
fun, and
FromSoft
their
has
challenge
ever
courses
worked
like this
directly
spread out
with has
all
only
over
been
the
Bandai
layer, and
Namco
each one is
in
a
the
little
past,
bit
like, you know,
different
10,
and
15 years of
requires a
their
little bit
Miyazaki
different,
tenure.
skills
Bandai
and
Namco
abilities
and
to
Sony.
the player.
That's
Got
it.
myself a beer. Let's
Okay, let's go.
Does the Sony own FromSoft? No, Sony is owned by Katakawa. There was talks that
So this
Sony
one's,
could be
pretty much
bought,
monkey bars, which is
could be
really
buying
okay.
Katakawa slash the company that owns FromSoft.
Gotta be careful. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, you're right. Activision for
All about
Sekiro. You're right.
Below.
There's a reason why that exists too.
Collectibles here, more Banadium.
Timing or punching?
And I think I've explained this before. Sekiro was going to be a Tenchu game
That was.
Careful, it's a long way down.
that Miyazaki was interested in making,
Yeah, I actually think so.
Oh
but
Get out of here.
they turned it into something completely different than
You're making
Tenchu,
us nervous.
so they
Sorry.
gave it a new title.
Don't mean to.
It was initially a Tenchu game.
Confidence,
You're
how's that?
showboating too much, BK. Keep it going.
So I could drop down here now, collect this first banana in this area.
Nice.
Banana!
And there we go.
And that's because, like, Activision owned the IP for Tenchu, like, somewhere in there or some shit.
Which
And
is
he
great.
showed interest in doing it, so they went to Activision and they were cool with him
there are
changing
three
it to like an
bananas in here.
original
We're only gonna
thing,
get two,
but
but
keeping
the
it
third one is hiding
thematically
somewhere.
still the same
So
kind
if
of
you choose
thing,
challenge
like
courses, you're gonna
stealth
wanna look
ninja
for that
action.
little hidden surprise as the third banana, but for now,
Yeah, we saw
In
on
many
the
ways,
challenge
like
screen at the beginning
Sekiro is
where
a
it showed
very
three
much
banana
spiritual
slots.
successor to
We're gonna save
Tenchu.
that one for you guys to figure
The
out.
The choice of like, do you kill, do you avoid, do you kill, do you assassinate? Like all those options are pretty much what Tenchu was based around, and they did that. So there is going to be more to this. Oh, there's some Metroid Prime 4 stuff. I'll check this out a little bit. I'm not super interested in Metroid Prime 4. I'm going to give it a shot.
Hi everyone.
They're doing
For
mouse
those that are
controls?
just tuning in, that don't know.
Oh, they
but
are.
I'm gonna.
Chat, did you know all the original
So now
Metroid
we're
Prime
gonna go
devs
ahead. So
made a
one
Halo
thing
game?
people should note, right
Or
now,
the big
I'm,
notable original
playing with
Metroid
the
Prime
Joy-Con
devs made
2 style,
Halo
so I have
4?
a Joy-Con 2 in my left hand and my right hand.
Yes, welcome
And I'm
back,
gonna
Halo
change it up
4.
a
Exactly, dude.
little bit further we get into this.
But also, you're playing in a mode called Quality Mode, which is in 4K, 60 FPS.
Correct.
So for anybody
4K
that
60?
is watching the stream,
Their
we are
quality
streaming at
mode is
4K.
4K
You have a
60,
4K
dude. That's great.
TV world,
Retro
so
Studios is
scanning
made up of
very
X343
important.
devs.
It's been
Is it?
in the Prime,
No.
the Metroid Prime series as well. So
No.
Yeah, it's
it's
Retro.
great way to learn.
Way to get additional backstory.
Is it now?
or,
Maybe.
Also, it's just helpful gameplay.
All we're
tips
saying is that
and
Halo and
access
Metroid
to
Prime have shared a little bit of history in the past.
Try to protect the.
If they did recruit from
some of the people
343,
here
that's
that get
fascinating.
attacked too much.
Because it's funny, like they can't get away from it
Here, just know it. I can even scan enemies.
while getting shot.
You can get a little additional.
This is so not
see that
Metroid-like.
at the
Yeah,
top of the
that's what I.
screen,
From my
99
experience of the
there.
Metroid Prime that I
cutscenes
play,
and
I don't know if
stuff,
Prime 2 or Prime
adding
3
another
was
energy
like that.
Adds an additional set of 99
This
little energy
very
units.
much is trying to be a
Yeah,
bit
that's a good
more
point. So,
appetizing, you know?
looking at the-
Prime 3
the
is like
screen
this?
right
Yeah, I'm
now,
not
at the top
surprised.
left,
It's the
we'll
sequel
have
to that,
the
you know?
tracking meter for all of the enemies. On the top right, you'll have the mini
That's the thing is like Prime
On the
3
bottom
getting
right, you have your
first-person games
missiles,
being what they are. I'd imagine
total
Prime 3 was coming out
that
of
you can
time by
hold
like
is at
by the time it
bottom,
came out.
total
Halo
you have
3
in
was
your
probably a
inventory is
thing.
at the top,
You
and then
know?
on the bottom left is all of your weapons. And
Feels like
right
very
now,
much
we
a
have our
typical
missiles.
introduction level.
So here we're just identifying some unknown materials. If I go over here, I can scan this, scan that.
Scan
The fact that you're looking at Prime 4 gameplay is wild. What's even more wild is that it actually exists. Yeah.
The marks.
Like
okay.
Bandai Namco was making this for the longest time,
And more things here.
And then there was a realization at some point where it's like, oh, we don't know how to make first-person shooter
I could
games.
even say,
Oh.
let's not scan the door yet. Let's scan
So,
these guys.
They just
Additional information
didn't know what the hell to do,
Federation
and
troopers.
the game wasn't good.
All right. So here's another good
And then it was
example
pretty much like
of
internally
how the
scrapped,
control methods work.
not
So,
scrapped for like the
right now I'm
longest
gonna
time.
switch back to the normal spec
And then they
status
went
of
back to
60
retro, and it took
What I'm gonna do is I'm
retro
gonna
a hell of a
switch
long
to
time to make it too.
Scan this door.
Had to restart making the game.
And this is a Federation lock-on gate. So
Yeah,
this is
kind of
a
the same thing
lock-on
happened to
gate.
Final Fantasy
It's a
VII
little bit
Remake.
special
Yep.
Here. So what I'm gonna do
They
is
outsourced
switch back
it,
to my
or
combat
they
visor,
technically
hopefully it's a
outsourced it.
lock-on.
And
now I
I
can
just didn't know what the hell to
use
do.
the thumbstick or a little bit of motion sensor here, and I can kind of aim, and you see it's a little slow.
You curious what they had before they had to
That's
scrap?
one way to
Dude,
do
trust
it.
me.
And now I'm gonna try
If
switching over
what they
to
had
mouse controls here, and I'm gonna do the same
before it
thing
was
with this
scrapped,
door.
it probably
So while
wasn't
he's doing
interesting
that,
at
I
all.
just wanted to mention again for
Like,
those
if
of
you get
that
to the
are just
point where a
tuning in,
dev
we are streaming in 4K,
is going to
so we are
like
playing the game in
evaluate what
quality
this team
mode,
was working on, and
which
they've already
is
spent a
supports
shit ton of
4K
money on it, and they're
60
making the
frames per
choice
second.
to
There will
stop
be
it,
another,
then it
mode,
probably
which is
was
called
not
performance
good.
mode, which
Probably
will
was,
run
like,
at
not
120 frames
of high
per
quality
second
at
1080p.
really
So you
worth
gotta
playing.
choose for yourself if you wanna
They
focus
spent a lot of
on
money on that
resolution,
shoot. It was
image
probably very
quality,
bad.
or the performance and like the
Probably
high
felt
frame
shitty
rate.
to aim.
Yeah.
Basic things, you know?
Alright, so here's our first.
If you didn't know Ben and Namco's helping with Mario Kart World, well, Ben and Namco's been helping out with Mario Kart games since Mario Kart 8.
Oh no!
Watch out, it's a Metroid!
Oh.
But unlike normal
And Smash Brothers. Bandai Namco's been making Nintendo games for over 10 years, dude.
This one is
Way
actually
longer than that.
fusing or combining.
They helped out with
this
ARMS.
Powering it up.
That is interesting. I don't
They're
think
probably
we've
working
seen
on Kirby
before
Air
much-
Ride.
Or it's fusing with
New
it.
Kirby Air Ride is confirmed to be Bandai Namco from
I think you
Sakurai.
gotta
I'm
work
not
it out for you.
surprised. He's going to be working with the company he's been working with for the longest time. No reason why anybody outside of B&E and their teams would be doing that, you know?
A couple of weak spots. Ow.
It's probably the Smash team. Yep.
No, I'm not gonna let him shoot.
I
this.
have a presumption.
I wanna
This
destroy
is
the
looking
weak
really good,
points.
by the way.
There's gonna be more
I have a
spots.
presumption that
Don't map, don't shoot.
So the weak points.
It
are
ain't
those
just
little
Kirby
green
Air Ride, my
areas,
dude.
but the Abrax can
like
shield
he's
it
working with a
his-
similar.
with his
I think he's
arm,
working
but
on 2 games right
can
now.
also put
And
this
that could
kind
be
of
Mad
yellow shield
Copium.
over those
That
areas
could
as
be
well,
Mad
so you have
Copium,
to
but I
find
legit
time
think that
for your
Sakurai is like
shit.
has like a multi-game deal.
It kind of shifts from one to the other.
And
like you said,
him-
right now,
him
all of
effectively-
those weak points
I think
exposed.
Kirby Air Ride.
How am I missing?
Follow me here.
These, you can dodge them, but
Kirby
it's
Air
better to
Ride's a
shoot
weird
them
call.
just to get some health
Okay?
back and get
Like, let's just throw that out. Kirby Air Ride getting a
even
sequel.
missile
I'm not saying the
replenishment,
quality of the
probably
game is
can't
bad,
do.
but
as
that's
you can
almost
see,
like
you have to have
F-Zero
the
GX2
angle
has been
right, 'cause
announced, dude.
shooting missiles,
What the
you can
hell?
see the deflect
How did
of the
that
missiles,
happen?
like, going off.
Kirby Air Ride getting a sequel
Now it's gonna
really
open up
sounds
the
like a
main
deal
spot
breaker to me.
here. I'm gonna try to
Where
get
Nintendo's
the
like,
shot.
hey,
He's gonna try
so
to
Sakurai,
down with that.
we got a new system, new Smash game. Sakurai's like,
Technique
my
there that,
bro.
Dimitri's gonna use to
Bro.
dodge that attack is the straight
I've been
one.
doing
If
this for
you're,
so
if you're
long.
locked on,
That sounds
push
like to
the
me,
jump button
I
twice, so
won't
you
do
kinda
this
straight
unless you
from
let me
one
do
side to the
this.
other laterally to
It
avoid
feels
some
like that's the kind of game
There we
that
go.
would be like, well, I've always wanted to make a sequel to this game, but you've been having me make Smash games for like so
They don't
fucking
try to
long,
grab
man.
me, so I'm trying
How
to-
about
it's a-
if you let me do Kirby Air Ride first, I'll do your Smash
no,
shit.
No.
That's what that feels like to me.
Health bar there at the top too. So
And Nintendo's like, whatever you want, as long as you do it. Like, as long as you, whatever you get what you want, dude.
Yeah, I gotta be very careful here. Oh, really? You're gonna block that when I was just.
Yeah,
about
no,
to
I'm
shoot?
not
Are you
saying Kirby
serious?
Air Ride is a bad game. I'm saying Kirby Air Ride is not arguably the big, multi-successful, obvious thing that Sakurai should do. It's not. It seems like a personal project that he would really want to make a reality that he probably always wanted to do. And Nintendo was like, we don't really want to do that.
Really putting
How
up
about you
that-
do this, you know?
A lot. There we go. There we go.
It's his passion project.
Okay,
Yep,
let's
exactly.
do This, get ready for
Exactly.
it. Shot, that, throw a missile.
It's like, yeah, it's literally like Itsuno at Capcom with Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, wave shield now.
Do that again. This time I was prepared for it. It's gonna go up.
Yeah, no, it's not going to sell as much. And they know that. Like, they legit know that. Like, Kirby Air Ride was not like the definitive GameCube game, you know, when that shit came out. It isn't.
Weak spots, so I'm just
But it probably
gonna be
holds a
careful
pretty big
here.
space in his heart that he always knew what could have made it better and wanted to make it better. And it probably is going to be a significantly better, more appetizing, more successful game. It will be. It's going to be, it's probably going to be legit mad fun.
No, you
Because it's a
don't.
Sakurai game, bro. Like, It's gonna be super
You
fun.
really do kind of have to throw the
So just in general, all I'm saying is that
Oh, you gotta use the double
that
jump,
game probably got like a
missiles.
fourth of the budget to be real,
You can lock on
and
these if
then
you want, but
they give
I
him
find
like a
easier
big
just
budget
have
for
full
Smash, and
version.
it's like, well,
But
you
you're
got to
not
give me a
able
budget for
to
this too.
target or
And they're like,
lock
how much
onto
this? How much money is this?
weak
I'll just get my
links,
friends
so-
at Bandai Namco to make it, you know, that kind of shit. I'm just paraphrasing here, but that's the way this industry friggin' works, man. Like, these are creative people. You can't just like workhorse them into doing one thing, and Sakurai was clearly burned out of Smash for a while. You have to give them what they want. You have to like,
No, no, no.
Oh,
you have to give them
another one.
reasons to
Yeah,
continue to
he
make
really
this stuff.
wants to give you a hug.
does. Okay, come on, Sean. There we go.
Missiles.
You don't think we haven't seen the last of Smash? Considering Sakurai isn't actually retiring, no. I think it's the sign that it can come back.
It's taking like a boxer stick.
I think it's a sign that
Yeah.
One more weakness spot.
there ain't no way Smash is gonna be a game without him.
All right.
It looks good. It looks good. I'll give him that. It looks like looks like they spent a lot of time on that shit. It does look good. Hold up. Legs? Did they show how they play this? I want to see them physically playing it, my dude. How are you using it?
A little bit of what I
How are you using it? Oh no, they show his face.
before we're starting to
Man, okay. I had an absolutely hilarious comment that sends me in the latest Switch reaction video. This shit sends me. Max sees people in wheelchairs. Max, chat, is this legs? So insensitive. It's so fucked. I'm sorry. I didn't do that on purpose. Oh my god. Oh, I was fucking dying. This is so funny. Is this legs?